This meeting is being recorded.
Hello, everyone. I just want to say thank you so much for joining our channel. Today, I have Delisle Doherty with me, and he's with SPJST Insurance Group that is right here in Temple, Texas. And we are so excited to have him because I really have embedded my family into this program. And so I thought it was going to be a great idea to introduce him and to talk more about what they offer. Now, Delisle's been in insurance since 1993, and he's been with SPJST since 2005. He is a wonderful educator. He's actually CEU certified to talk about insurance, which is one of my heart topic felt things, because as you know, we are an education funeral home. We want to make our families the best educated consumers they can be. So he is a proud family man. He's got 2 children and 5 grandchildren, and he even invests with his own insurance. They have insurance on themselves, and we're going to talk about why it's so important to cover your family, and even through our funeral home, how your family is protected. So Delisle, go ahead and tell us a little bit about what SPJST is.
Well, SPJST is a fraternal life insurance annuity organization. Basically, what that means is we're a nonprofit. We're a 501c8. We've been around for 125 years. We're born and raised in Texas. We started in Texas. We stayed in Texas. We only write in Texas. And we've been here in Temple since 1952. We love the town here. One of the things about a fraternal, when you're dealing with that, you're not just buying a life insurance or annuity product, but you're also getting benefits. You're a member benefit organization. So we offer scholarships, we offer summer camp, we have adult and youth programs, and we work with Perk Spots to offer over thousands of discounts, over everyday discounts and coupons on these items throughout the internet and any online purchases you make. So we're very proud to be here, and I really appreciate Sabrina giving us the opportunity to talk.
Absolutely. Well, my daughters, as you know, I have 5 daughters, and they have all been a part of the youth program. The youth program has brought wonderful qualities to the girls. They at different lodges, you have different youth programs, and so talk a little bit about talk more about your youth programs.
Yeah, we put a lot of emphasis on the youth. You know, as a membership organization, our youth are very, very important. In our youth program, as she said, we have youth clubs throughout the entire state, and our youth programs are designed to make leaders of youth and turn them into servants of the society. So we put a lot of emphasis on their growth, but not just their growth, but how they grow with society and how they can be disciples and servants in societies as they get older.
And I love how the heritage is so strong within the fraternity, right? So, you know, you're growing up these young SPJST members. You have your mother lodges, which is another chapter that there's meetings, and you have camps and different festivals throughout the year and all these different things. And it's amazing to see the growth. And even you have a monument piece. Your Veshnik is a newsletter that is within your company, and it advertises. You even have a monument piece. I mean, you're proud from day one growing up with insurance all the way to the end. And so talk a little bit about how that either derived or how you can get one. Talk a little bit about the medallions.
Yeah, the monument medallion is something that, and I actually have one right here, so you can see what it looks like. It's something where longtime members, as you said, we put a lot of emphasis on family and heritage, and those who've been longtime proud members can actually purchase one for $20 through you guys. You're the best place to get them from, and it can be mounted on the monument, just like your Army, you know, medallions and your group medallions. This allows you to show your pride in SPJST and your longtime membership.
Yes, I absolutely, when I saw that, I lit up. I said, oh my gosh, we have to offer that for you guys. So there's a huge misconceptions about life insurance and death insurance. And I was so excited because my family and all of my kids, we all have policies through your company. But what was interesting is when we saw that there was death insurance, and I said, "Wow, what a concept!" So talk a little bit about the difference between your products there.
Well, death insurance is really designed to help for a specific reason. You see a lot of different types out there. Every time you get a credit card, what do? You get a notice in the mail to buy some type of insurance to protect that credit card. These are normally death type insurance. They're there for a specific reason when a person passes away. Life insurance is designed to allow people to continue with their lifestyle beyond the death of the breadwinner of the family or the important person, because sometimes it might be that stay-at-home mom. She is far more important than anybody can imagine. If that stay-at-home mom disappears, there's a lot of lifestyle changes that has to be done. Well, life insurance is designed to be able to have that money so you don't lose your house, so you don't have creditors chasing after you, so you don't lose your car. It allows you to keep your lifestyle the way you're at. And it has a living value. It has the right policies, have money for college. It has money for emergencies to tap into if you get an emergency situation. There's a reason it's called life insurance. It's to help you with your life while you're alive.
So can the life insurance and your death insurances, are they assignable to funeral homes as a beneficiary?
They are. You can actually do an assignment where the funeral home will take their money, and then the rest of the money we will go ahead and give back to you guys. So this takes away the burden of worrying about where you're going to get that money up front and then have to wait for the insurance company to pay you back. So it's a very good relationship between the funeral directors and us, and it's a very good thing to look at when you're in that need.
So ideally, it can be done, but what we see is that there's sometimes these insurance policies are considered an asset to Medicaid or Medicare. Can you describe on how to protect yourself from that if you're over the age of 65?
Yes. From the Medicare standpoint, it doesn't affect it too much because you're paying premiums in there that are directed solely toward the Medicare and the Medicare advantages. But Medicaid, when you go on the Medicaid, the government says you can't have any income coming in. And when you have a life insurance policy with cash value, that's considered an earned income. So there's a lot of things that can be done to move that money. Sometimes it might be as simple as just cashing it in and giving it to pay for your funerals. Sometimes we have to do a little movement to get a little creative for you to help you with the government. But yes, please understand, especially with Medicare, it does have a real big effect.
Yeah. So is there a way to make your
my
policies?
apologies. My apologies. Sorry to interrupt. Medicaid. I said Medicare. I meant Medicaid.
Yes, Medicaid. Irrevocable. Is that a way that do you automatically assume that your policies are going to be irrevocable, or do you bring that up with families as they're purchasing it?
Yeah, this is a one-way contract. So by regulations, it basically says as long as you're paying the premium, we have to guarantee it. We can't say just because you got cancer, we're going to go ahead and take it away from you. Once you start paying it, as long as you're paying it, you get to keep it for life. Now, there's one exception. That's the universal life policies, because it has to have cash value to pay for any deficits. But yes, once you buy it, you get it for life, as long as you're paying for it.
Yeah. Do you think another question that a lot of the families ask me is insurance an investment? How would you answer that question?
My answer is no, it's an insurance. It is there to insure and make sure your family can continue. Now, It has investment qualities. So when your financial person says it's a bad investment, they're absolutely right. Because it's not an investment, it's an insurance. It's no different than auto insurance, homeowners insurance, health insurance. It's there to give something to the family in case you don't come back.
Yeah. You know, a lot of times what comes across my desk is I would have a family and they say to me, I say, well, how would you like to pay for the funeral, right? They say, well, we have 3 insurance policies, but this designated beneficiary says, no, this is to sustain my continuing life, okay? They understand the concept that it is not necessarily always paid for to the funeral homes, but in the pre-planning process, when you are doing your estate planning, you have to very specifically state that this insurance policy with this a number is assignable to the funeral homes and have that assignment policy available already worked out. I encourage families all the time, never just say that this policy is going to be used for the funerals, because if it has a beneficiary on there, that person assumes that they're going to be getting all of that cash value back to them. And so that does create a conflict. And so I'm glad that we're having this introduction, because I think educating the families, you and I are both educators, and I think it's very important that they use these insurances appropriately, and having them designated is very important also. Is there anything else you'd like to highlight about SPJST before we conclude?
No, I want to expand on what you just said. It is very important. Our agents are trained to look at that situation, because you're right. That money is designed for that beneficiary. Many people assume that beneficiary might be a son or a daughter, and they assume they're going to be using it toward their funeral. But we don't know what life's going to be in the future. That money may be much more needed for them now, for themselves. So we always try to discuss that. And in many times, we can set the beneficiaries to say, this amount of money, we're going to get an additional amount of insurance, and this amount of money will go toward the funeral, and this amount of money will go toward the children. Keep in mind, life insurance needs to be customized to fit your need. So it's important to have an agent that can educate you and set the needs properly. When you set that beneficiaries, you can set it for any way you want. You could put part of it in a trust. You can move it all into a trust and have it given out at certain times. You can put part of it to the funeral. But it's very important. 57% of all households are underinsured because they buy what they see on TV, get $1 billion for $20 a month. And it's the wrong policy for their need. That's why it's important to have a professional agent sit down with you to get the right thing. If I need a pickup truck, I don't buy a smart car because it gives me better gas and it's cheaper. Why do you do that with your life insurance?
Exactly. Well, I can tell you firsthand experience. I've met with your agents and we assess the entire family need. And insurance is not always, you need some at larger parts of your life, and you need smaller parts. And it's very independent. I like how you call that. It's a unique need for each person, because life insurance is not a blanket asset. It fluctuates in how much you need and where you are in your lifestyle. So I appreciate bringing that, because again, also with funeral homes, the price of funerals are vastly different across our state and as well as the country, right? So when assessing that, make sure you know where or who your funeral home is, and if they accept policies, and if there's a third-party company that they have to use. Luckily, we have a great relationship, and it's a direct relationship. We don't have to use third-party companies, but I want to thank you, Delisle, for having this opportunity, educating our consumers, and I look forward to maybe another session in the future.
I thank you for allowing us to speak, and I always love to educate.
All right, you have a great day.
And you too.